Namaste and what's up, guys? Welcome to Mystery Vault. Today, we're breaking down the 2016 movie Super Bobrovy, also known as Super Family in English. So without wasting any time, let's jump right in. The story kicks off when in the middle of a big Russian river, two boat guys get approached by a cargo ship. As soon as they meet, Valera tells them that they need to transport more than a ton of caviar. You know, fish eggs. Hearing this, Oleg gets super excited. He starts convincing his partner to take the job. The old guy at first refuses because he thinks the boat can't handle that much weight, but eventually he gives in and agrees to Oleg's idea. As soon as they get the job, Oleg celebrates by eating some of the fish eggs. But just minutes later, the boat breaks due to the overload. Oleg tries hard to save it, but everything sinks into the river later. When the two meet on the shore, the old man gets furious and starts beating Oleg. Because Oleg's greed ruined his boat, he tells Oleg that now you have to pay for the damage. Then Oleg admits his mistake and takes him to the parking lot, and out of no choice, gives him his car. The next day, Oleg meets his girlfriend, Sveta, who works in a bank. Oleg says he needs to take another loan, but Sveta says no bank is going to help him now. Then Oleg suggests to his girlfriend that they steal money from the bank, but Sveta refuses and says that would make problems even worse. A little later, Oleg leaves with his partner. Sveta notices that Oleg has a new car which is full of dirt and fish pieces to solve her boyfriend's problem. Sveta reminds him that dad can give you some money. Everyone keeps telling them to sell the house. Convince him I'll give you my share. But Oleg refuses, saying he doesn't want to lower himself now, with no other options left. The two go to Boris's house, who's fixing the toilet with his family. There, Oleg wants to talk to his future father-in-law alone. As soon as he mentions selling the house, Boris gets angry and starts fighting with the whole family. Right then, big pieces of meteorite start falling on Earth while the family is arguing. One piece falls on their house and hits straight on Sveta's grandpa, causing him to fall down. Seeing this, everyone thinks someone is shooting, and they all panic and run outside. They see meteorites falling in different places. Then, they remember Grandpa got hit too. They go to him and see he's a bit injured, but still alive. Boris checks and says, "It's not a bullet, it's a meteorite hearing." This, Oleg shouts that everyone quickly dig so we can sell the piece and make money. Everyone digs together for a while, but then gets tired, but Oleg keeps digging alone, and by morning he pulls out a huge meteorite piece he thinks to tell the family. But right then, Pavel calls him. Pavel says his strength is fading. It feels like his time has come. Oleg says, "Wait, I'm calling an ambulance." But Pavel stops him and says, "I've seen everything in life. I don't need anything more after that." The old man dies right in front of him. Oleg in tension goes to tell Sveta, but Sveta ignores him and keeps sleeping. Oleg didn't know that the meteorite had changed shape and turned into a purple liquid. Oleg decides he'll wait until the whole family wakes up a little later. He falls asleep too. Then Tolik wakes him up and says, "Something very wrong is happening here." Tolik asks, "Where is Sveta?" When Oleg looks at the bed, he realizes his girlfriend is missing. He goes downstairs with his father-in-law. Tolik says a few minutes ago, Boris accidentally spilled that liquid. And since then, weird things are happening. Then Oleg sees Sasha, the youngest girl in the family, breaking iron with her hands, like she has the strength of 100 elephants. A little later, Oleg sees Rita standing near the stairs railing and thinks something bad happened to Sveta. He goes to the bedroom. There, he hears Sveta's voice but can't see her. He doesn't understand anything, but then hears shouting from downstairs coming back down. Oleg sees Boris trying to break a room's door inside. Rita is shouting loudly in panic. Boris breaks the door hard, and everyone sees Rita floating on the ceiling. She can't come down. Even if she wants, everyone pulls Rita together and brings her to the dining room. There, they see half of Sveta's body has disappeared. Seeing this, the whole family starts screaming at the same time. The old man who is dead, Pavel, comes back like he's alive again, and Oleg gets scared in all this chaos. Everyone forgets about Rita and leaves her, and she flies out through the hole in the ceiling. She flies in the air a bit far, but suddenly her power stops, and she falls down. After saving Rita, the family sits together and thinks that maybe the meteorite gave them superpowers. Then they see that Tolik and Oleg have no powers. They try to figure out why. Meanwhile, Sveta calls an ambulance at that time. Oleg notices that as soon as Sveta goes away from the family, everyone's powers disappear and Pavel falls down again. The family goes to the hospital. The doctor checks and says everyone looks completely normal. Oleg says, check the radiation level in their bodies. But the doctor says our radiation meter isn't working properly and changing the topic. Says eat vitamins, everything will be fine. Vitamins are everything the family understands. No one will believe them. They come back home and start learning to live with their new superpowers at dinner. Everyone thinks, why do they get magical powers? Rita says we can use these powers to make a big, dangerous circus hearing. This Tolik gets angry and mocks Rita. Rita attacks him, and the siblings start fighting. Meanwhile, Sasha breaks Grandpa's iron stick. Grandpa gets angry and chases her a little later. Tolik feeds his dog and starts talking nonsense about Rita's antics. Then one of his dogs barks loudly at him after that. He realizes he can understand every word dogs say, and he understands his superpower is that he can talk to animals. Now Happy Tolik tells this new discovery to the whole family. Now to find out what power the meteorite gave him. Oleg picks up an iron piece from the ground and tries to bend it with his hands, but it doesn't bend, and embarrassed he goes back inside the house. Morning, Oleg starts waking everyone up, but when he goes to Pavel's room, he sees the old man hanging from a rope. But nothing happens to him, now he's immortal. Can't die in any way after that. He says to Oleg, son, I'm not dying, but get me down from the rope at the same time. Boris is sitting on the toilet, but suddenly he teleports outside and then, confused and troubled, comes back to the bathroom when he tries to go to the toilet again. He teleports outside again, and the family gets shocked. How this is happening? Tired of all the questions? Boris says, now I won't show again. I need to go to the toilet. I can't go to the toilet. Then he invites his whole family to his favorite fishing spot. Because there his mind gets calm when they reach there, Rita starts flying over the lake with her power, and Tolik sits with the dog explaining his phone videos to it. Meanwhile, Oleg says to Boris, I have an idea. All our money problems will end. But Boris isn't listening properly. He's busy training to teleport. Oleg explains we can use Sveta's disappearing power to steal about $3 million from the bank. So we get money and live life our way, but after training ends, Boris says we're not doing anything like that. Such acts can put everyone in trouble. He says we'll just wait when everything gets fine. We'll live normal life again after this. Oleg angrily walks away from the family after that Pavel dies again and Rita falls in the water. Oleg understands that everyone's powers end when he and Sveta go away. But Boris says it doesn't matter to me. We'll live normal life. He tells Oleg, don't put the family in more trouble because of Oleg's mistakes, they're in a lot of trouble, tired of this arguing. Oleg tells Sveta to sit in the car, and Sveta says, while we're outside, hide Grandpa's body during the drive. Sveta says, there's a flaw in your plan. We'll get caught. Our lives could be in danger. As soon as they're leaving that area, some goons stop them and surround their car a little later. Valera comes there and tells Oleg, come in the car and talk. The goon threatens Oleg that if you don't pay back the debt for the sunk caviar, I'll forcibly take you to China and sell you in the black market. Got it. Hearing this, Oleg gets very scared. He stands on the roadside thinking what to do now. Meanwhile, Sveta also overheard Valera's talk, so she hugs Oleg and says I'll complete the bank robbery plan. Don't worry, we'll make everything fine. Then they sit and make the full robbery plan. Later, the whole family gathers in the living room, and everyone decides together that now start the robbery plan. After that, everyone decides to party all night. Because maybe tomorrow we get caught, have to grind in jail, so party is due today morning. Oleg makes breakfast with Rita. Rita says I want to do a play. Boris also insists, so Oleg agrees. Then everyone goes to a big theater where Rita gives her introduction. The head of that place sees her power and gets shocked. After that, all family members show their powers one by one, and the man gets completely blown away. Shocked. The theater head says, I'll hire you all, but hearing this, the group leaves from there, and Oleg threatens the man that no one was recording, right? At night, Oleg feels something weird in his body. Going to the bathroom, he sees his power is that water comes out of his fingers. What a crappy power this is. The next morning, Oleg goes for lunch in an expensive restaurant with Sasha because Sasha had set a condition that she'll help in bank robbery, only if Oleg fulfills her dream of going on a romantic date. But soon Oleg sees the whole family hiding and watching them. The poor guy was already embarrassed coming on a date with a little girl on top. Sveta also disappears and sits on the chair next to them and starts teasing Oleg. She wanted to keep her little sister's romantic date in limits. Meanwhile, Oleg sees Valera and his men are also in the restaurant. Valera recognizes Oleg and comes to him. Oleg, out of fear, couldn't do anything, but then to save him, Sasha stands up and with her strength breaks the goon's bones and also beats his two men. Seeing all this, Oleg gets scared and runs from there. Sveta also runs behind him because of this. Sasha's full power ends and the whole family quickly runs to the car to escape from there. Then the bank robbery day comes. Everyone sets the car, Sveta removes her clothes and disappears, then starts walking towards the building with Oleg using their powers. Sveta crosses security without anyone seeing and starts seeing the locker room. Password outside, Boris wanted to park the car somewhere else. But a police car stops them. Police says quickly clear the way. Tolik thinks if we go far, Sveta's power will go. Boris tries to buy time and refuses to leave the way. Police angrily pushes their car with force and moves them away from there because of this. Pavel dies again and Sveta suddenly becomes visible. Everyone inside the bank gets shocked. Oleg immediately runs outside and with the family pulls the old man near the building. So Sveta's power comes back, but the plan fails anyway. As soon as they start leaving, a police car stops them from behind. They had already warned Boris, so before the police come, he teleports to avoid escalating the matter. But by mistake, teleports inside the police car. Bro, is this your car? Very nice back home. Boris says today we got saved because of Oleg. In anger, Oleg calls everyone to the dining room and says, until the robbery is complete, no one will do anything else. Rita says, I still want to do the play. But everyone together shuts her up, upset with her insult. She runs crying to the bathroom. Oleg feels bad and decides, let's do her show on the show night. Rita gets very nervous. She accidentally turns the wrong way and starts flying all over the building. Oleg and Sveta separate so they can catch Rita. But before catching Rita, Valera comes there and punches Oleg in the face. After that, Oleg immediately faints. The theater head was very angry about his play getting ruined. To take revenge, he says punish Oleg in front of the public. They throw him behind the stage curtain, and he gets beaten a lot. A little later, Oleg comes out and meets his family. Sveta, seeing her boyfriend, like, this ass, what happened to you? Is done for me, I'm tired. Oleg says this family is a bunch of idiots and selfish people and nothing else. In anger, he tells everyone that even if you get the power of the whole world, you'll still remain idiots. He also says, I'll pay my debt alone, and then leaves everyone there and goes. But Boris says, no one goes away from this family. He catches his son-in-law and forcibly takes him to the bank. There, everyone wears professional masks. Rita takes a big chain and passes through the wall, and Sasha pushes a truck and blocks the alleyway. After that, Boris teleports inside while Sveta jumps from above and reaches the vault room. She uses the password she saw yesterday and opens the vault outside. Some old drunks see these people when no one was paying attention. Pavel drinks a little petrol and lights a cigarette, causing smoke from fire. Seeing this, the old guys get shocked at that time. Rita takes Sasha inside and throws the whole safe outside. They fill money in their car trunk, and Tolik sends his dogs to stop the police. As soon as the robbery ends, the family runs from there. Pavel throws some money towards the poor, and police, thinking them thieves, catch those people. A few hours later, everyone goes to a high place in the city and starts celebrating becoming millionaires. But this happiness doesn't last long because Pavel announces his final decision. He says goodbye to his family and chooses a place for his death. The whole family, with tears, says goodbye to him and leaves from there. While driving the car, Rita sees Grandpa fell. She says, Dad, go back, but once again from saving his life, Pavel gets angry and tells everyone, quickly leave. From here, are you crazy? Irritating me, dude. An old man can't even die in peace, and he gives the idea that we buy a big house and all live together. But everyone says divide the money, okay? Everyone has their own plans. Boris gets sad thinking no one wants to live with him. Then Pavel says, look, I called the police. If you don't leave quickly from here, all of you will get caught and stay in jail, understood? On the way, Sveta tells Oleg that now, I don't want to stay with you. She gives money to Oleg and tells him to get out of the car. She was still very hurt from Oleg's words he said last night, and she was about to leave him forever. Oleg, in anger, takes his share and leaves. He uses that money to pay Valera's debt and settles with him. Then he makes a plan to leave this country at the airport. Oleg sees on the news that Sveta and her family got caught because they went back to take Pavel's body, seeing the whole family's bad condition. Oleg regrets leaving them. He decides he'll save them with Pavel. As soon as he enters the court, everyone's powers come back. Pavel becomes alive again and in anger starts attacking everyone. Boris teleports and stops the guards. Sasha frees her siblings from jail and everyone uses their powers and confuses the police. Now the family is together again. But as soon as they go outside, police surrounds them from all sides, then Rita flies and distracts the guards because of this. Everyone sits in a car and Rita also goes with them. Now the whole city police is chasing them. One police car doesn't leave their chase. Irritated by this, Boris teleports and crashes the police car a little later. Another car comes from the side and Sasha pushes it hard. After that, the car flips over. Oleg sees many cars in front. He tries so no accident happens, but still their car hits a fruit stall. The windshield gets full of dirt. Oleg gets happy that now his power will come in use. He sprinkles water from his finger and cleans the car glass and drives ahead. But police surrounds them with roadblock. Then Sasha holds a pole and turns the car and gets everyone out from there. Then they try to escape through alleys when they learn police has surrounded from all sides. Rita makes the car fly. The car starts flying in the air and they escape from the police chasing behind. After all this, Oleg meets Valera again. He says thank you for the help, because Valera had arranged to hide the whole family in his cargo ship and send to China. After preparations, the family gets locked in a big container which is placed among other containers on the ship. Now all of them head towards another country to start a new life. If you like this mystery, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more movie mysteries. See you in the next one.